Understanding the entrepreneurship ecosystem. Learning the startup landscape. An entrepreneurship ecosystem is a complex network. It includes many different players. These players interact with each other. They all support startup development and growth. Think of it as fertile ground. Seeds, which are new ideas, need this ground to sprout. They also need sunlight and water. In this analogy, sunlight and water are resources. These resources include capital, talent, and knowledge. Chennai is working to build a strong ecosystem. This helps new businesses to start and to scale quickly. We must learn what elements make this ecosystem work effectively. This ecosystem is not just one thing. It is a combination of elements. These include culture, policies, and finance. Human capital and support institutions are also vital. A culture that accepts failure is important. Failure is a chance to learn. Policies should make it easy to start a business. Access to early-stage finance is critical. Skilled people are needed to build products. Support institutions offer guidance and resources. Chennai's ecosystem brings these together. The goal is to reduce friction for entrepreneurs. They need to focus on building and learning. Imagine a startup as an experiment. The ecosystem provides the laboratory. It offers the tools and conditions for that experiment. Entrepreneurs test their hypotheses here. Is their product valuable? Will customers pay for it? The ecosystem helps answer these questions faster. A strong ecosystem has many feedback loops. These loops help startups iterate. They can pivot if their initial idea is not working. This iterative process is key to finding a sustainable business model. Chennai's growing network of mentors and peers facilitates this crucial learning cycle for new ventures. The success of individual startups depends on this environment. A supportive ecosystem accelerates learning. It connects entrepreneurs with mentors. It links them to early adopters. It provides access to funding. All these components must work together. If one part is weak, the whole system suffers. Therefore, understanding and strengthening Chennai's ecosystem is vital. It allows entrepreneurs to focus on their core mission. That mission is to find a path to a sustainable business. This means constantly testing, learning, and adapting to what the market truly desires and values. Fueling Ventures financial realities for Chennai's entrepreneurs. Startups have specific financial requirements. These needs change as the startup grows. In the very early stages, funding might come from personal savings. This is often called bootstrapping. Founders use their own money, or they borrow from family and friends. This initial capital is used for basic setup. It helps build a minimum viable product, or MVP. The MVP is a simple version of the product. It is used to test the core idea with real users. Chennai entrepreneurs often start this way. They try to validate their assumptions with minimal spend, focusing on learning quickly. As the startup gains some traction, it needs more capital. This is where access to finance becomes crucial. Entrepreneurs in Chennai look for seed funding. This funding helps them refine their product. It allows them to expand their team. They can start initial marketing efforts. Finding this early-stage funding can be a challenge. Traditional banks are often hesitant. They see startups as too risky. Therefore, alternative funding sources are very important. These sources understand the startup journey. They are willing to take calculated risks for potential high returns. The availability of these options is growing. Access to finance is not just about having money. It is about having the right kind of money. It means finding investors who offer more than just cash. Smart investors bring experience. They offer mentorship and connections. They understand the build, measure, learn feedback loop. They support pivots when necessary. In Chennai, the network of such investors is developing. Startups need to find investors who align with their vision. They also need investors who understand the lean methodology. This alignment is key for a productive long-term relationship that fosters sustainable growth. The availability of finance in Chennai is improving. Government schemes offer some support. Angel investor networks are becoming more active. Venture capital firms are also showing interest. However, navigating this landscape can be complex for new entrepreneurs. They need to understand different funding stages. They must learn how to pitch their ideas effectively. They need to know what investors are looking for. Workshops and mentorship programs can help bridge this knowledge gap. The goal is to make funding accessible. It should enable startups to focus on innovation and customer discovery, not just fundraising. Finding your market. The necessity of marketing validation. Marketing assistance is vital for startups. Many entrepreneurs are product-focused. They build great things, but they might struggle to reach customers. Marketing is not just about advertising. It is about understanding the customer deeply. It involves testing different channels. It means finding a scalable way to acquire customers. Startups need to learn what messages resonate. They need to know where their target audience spends time. This is a process of experimentation. Chennai's startups must embrace this learning process early on to avoid building something nobody wants. Early marketing efforts should focus on validation. This means testing assumptions about the customer and the market. Who is the ideal customer? What problems do they face? How does the startup's product solve these problems? These are critical questions. A startup can use its MVP to get early customer feedback. This feedback informs marketing messages. It also guides product development. This iterative loop between product and marketing is essential. Marketing helps find early adopters. These early users provide valuable insights. They help refine the value proposition for a broader audience. Many startups in Chennai have limited marketing budgets. They cannot afford large campaigns. This is where lean marketing techniques are useful. Lean marketing focuses on low-cost experiments. It uses data to make decisions. Examples include content marketing. Social media engagement is another. Search engine optimization, or SEO, is also important. These methods can be very effective. They help startups build an audience. They generate leads without massive spending. The key is to measure results. Then startups can double down on what works. They stop doing what does not work quickly. Marketing assistance can come from various sources. Mentors with marketing experience are invaluable. Incubators and accelerators often provide marketing workshops. Peer learning from other startups is also helpful. Sometimes hiring a freelance marketer or a small agency makes sense. The goal is to build an internal capacity for marketing. Marketing is not an afterthought. It is a core function of a startup. It drives growth and learning. Chennai's support ecosystem should provide resources. These resources help startups master this crucial skill, enabling them to connect their innovations with the right customers effectively. Essential foundations: technology and physical space for startups. Technology is at the heart of many modern startups. It enables innovation. It allows startups to scale quickly. Access to the latest technology is important. This includes software development tools. It means cloud computing resources. It involves data analytics platforms. For Chennai, a city with a strong IT base, this is a key advantage. Startups can leverage this tech talent pool. They can build sophisticated products. Technology also enables lean operations. Automation can reduce manual work. This frees up the team to focus on value creation and customer learning. Industrial accommodation or suitable workspace is another critical need. In the early days, a startup might operate from a co-founder's garage, or it might use a co-working space. As the team grows, dedicated office space becomes necessary. This space needs to be affordable. It should be flexible. Long, rigid leases are not ideal for startups. Their needs can change rapidly. Co-working spaces in Chennai are popular for this reason. They offer flexibility and a community environment. Some startups, especially in manufacturing or hardware, need specialized industrial spaces or labs. The availability of affordable and flexible industrial space is crucial. It directly impacts a startup's burn rate. High rent can drain resources quickly. This takes money away from product development and customer acquisition. Chennai needs a variety of options. These should cater to different types of startups. This includes tech startups needing office space. It also includes biotech or hardware startups needing labs or workshops. Well-designed spaces can also foster collaboration. They can enhance productivity. This creates an environment where innovation can flourish more readily. Technology and workspace are not just costs. They are investments. They are tools that help a startup execute its vision. They enable the build, measure, learn cycle. For example, cloud services allow rapid prototyping. Data analytics tools help measure user behavior. Collaborative workspaces facilitate quick communication and iteration. Chennai's ecosystem should ensure these resources are accessible. This means not just availability, but also affordability. It also means providing support to help startups choose and use these resources effectively. This support helps them build faster and learn smarter. Section 5. The government's part. Fostering a lean startup environment. The government plays a significant role. It can shape the entrepreneurial ecosystem. Its policies can either help or hinder startups. A supportive government works to reduce barriers. It simplifies regulations for starting a business. It makes compliance easier. This allows entrepreneurs to focus their energy. They can concentrate on building valuable products. They spend less time navigating bureaucracy. The Tamil Nadu government has shown initiatives in this direction. These efforts are crucial for fostering innovation and creating a dynamic startup culture in Chennai. Government support can take many forms. Financial incentives are one common approach. This might include grants or tax breaks for new businesses. It could involve co-investment schemes. These schemes encourage private investors. The government can also fund incubators and accelerators. These organizations provide direct support to startups. Another key role is investing in infrastructure. This includes digital connectivity. It also means physical infrastructure like science parks and industrial estates. Such investments create a more conducive environment for experimentation and growth. Beyond direct funding, the government can act as a facilitator. It can connect startups with large corporations for partnerships. It can promote local startups in international markets. It can also champion entrepreneurship as a viable career path. This helps change societal perceptions. It encourages more people to take the risk of starting a new venture. The government can also be a customer for startups. Procuring innovative solutions from startups can provide them with early revenue. It also validates their products. This is a powerful form of support. The aim of government intervention should be to enable. It should not be to control. The lean startup methodology thrives on agility. It depends on rapid iteration. Government policies should reflect this. They should be flexible. They should adapt to the changing needs of the startup community. Regular dialogue between policymakers and entrepreneurs is essential. This ensures that support measures are relevant and effective. In Chennai, a proactive and responsive government can significantly accelerate the growth of its entrepreneurial ecosystem, helping startups achieve validated learning faster. Section 6. Support structures, institutions, associations, and self-help groups. Institutions play a crucial role in nurturing entrepreneurship. Universities and research labs are key examples. In Chennai, institutions like IIT Madras are innovation hubs. They generate new ideas and technologies. They also produce skilled graduates who can become entrepreneurs or join startups. Many universities now have entrepreneurship cells. These cells provide training and mentorship. They encourage students to explore startup ideas. These academic institutions form a vital part of the knowledge infrastructure. They are sources of talent and innovation for the wider ecosystem. Industry associations also contribute significantly. These associations bring together established businesses and startups. They provide networking opportunities. They facilitate knowledge sharing. Associations can advocate for policies that benefit entrepreneurs. They can also run programs to support startup growth. For example, NASSCOM in India plays an active role in supporting tech startups. Such bodies in Chennai can help bridge the gap between startups and larger industries. This can lead to partnerships, customer relationships, and investment opportunities, creating valuable feedback loops for new ventures. Entrepreneur associations are specific to the startup community. They are often run by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. These groups understand the unique challenges of starting a business. They offer peer support and shared learning. They organize events, workshops, and networking sessions. These associations create a sense of community. They help entrepreneurs feel less isolated. They provide a platform to share successes and failures. Learning from peers who are on a similar journey is incredibly valuable. Chennai has several such active groups that foster this collaborative spirit. Self-help groups, particularly in micro-enterprise, also embody the spirit of mutual support. While often focused on smaller-scale ventures, their principles are relevant. SHGs pool resources, share knowledge, and provide collective bargaining power. They demonstrate how grassroots collaboration can empower individuals. In the broader entrepreneurial context of Chennai, this spirit of mutual assistance is vital. Whether through formal associations or informal networks, these support structures help entrepreneurs navigate uncertainty. They accelerate learning and build resilience within the startup community, which is essential for long-term success. Section 7. Business Incubators testing grounds for viable ideas in Chennai. Business incubators are designed to help new startups succeed. They provide a supportive environment. This environment helps entrepreneurs develop their business ideas. Incubators offer a range of resources. These typically include office space. They provide mentorship and business support services. Access to a network of contacts is also key. The main goal of an incubator is to increase the chances of a startup surviving its early vulnerable stages. Chennai has seen a rise in such incubators. They cater to various sectors, from technology to social enterprises. The role of an incubator is to nurture. It helps entrepreneurs refine their business model. It assists them in developing their minimum viable product, or MVP. Incubators provide a structured approach. This helps startups test their assumptions systematically. They encourage entrepreneurs to get out of the building. They push them to talk to potential customers. This customer discovery process is fundamental. It ensures that startups are building something people actually want. Incubators in Chennai often host demo days. These events allow startups to pitch to investors. The functions of a business incubator are diverse. They offer physical infrastructure as mentioned, but more importantly, they provide intellectual capital. This comes from experienced mentors. It comes from workshops on topics like finance, marketing, and legal issues. Incubators also foster a community. Startups within an incubator can learn from each other. They can share experiences and offer mutual support. This community aspect is often as valuable as the formal services. It creates an environment of shared learning and iterative development, crucial for early-stage companies. For Chennai's entrepreneurial ecosystem, incubators are vital catalysts. They help translate raw ideas into viable businesses. They provide a safe space for experimentation. Failure is seen as a learning opportunity within an incubator. This is aligned with the lean startup philosophy. By supporting startups through their initial build, measure, learn cycles, incubators improve their odds of finding product-market fit. They act as critical nodes in the ecosystem. They connect entrepreneurs with resources, knowledge, and funding. This helps to accelerate the overall innovation pipeline. Section 8. Strategic funding, angel investors, venture capital, and private equity. Angel investors are wealthy individuals. They provide capital for startups. They usually invest in the early stages. This is often called seed funding. Angel investors are crucial. They fill the funding gap. This gap exists between personal savings and venture capital. Angels often invest their own money. They're typically experienced entrepreneurs themselves, or they're successful professionals. They offer more than just cash. They provide valuable mentorship. They also offer industry connections. Chennai's startup scene benefits greatly from an active angel network, helping founders validate their initial hypotheses. Venture capital firms are another source of funding. VCs invest in startups with high growth potential. They usually invest larger amounts of money than angel investors. This happens at a slightly later stage. This is often called Series A, B, or C funding. VC firms manage pooled money from various investors. These investors are called limited partners. VCs take a more active role in the startups they fund. They often take a seat on the board of directors. They provide strategic guidance. Their goal is to help the startup scale rapidly and achieve a significant exit, such as an IPO or acquisition. Private equity funds generally invest in more mature companies. They differ from venture capital. VCs focus on early-stage, high-growth startups. PE funds might invest in established businesses. They might acquire controlling stakes. Their goal is often to restructure the company. They aim to improve operations and profitability. Then they sell their stake for a profit. While less common for very early startups, PE can become relevant as a startup matures, or if a startup is looking for a buyout. Understanding this distinction is important for entrepreneurs planning their long-term funding strategy. Startup finance is about finding the right partners. It is not just about the amount of money. Angel investors and VCs bring different things to the table. Angels are good for early validation and mentorship. VCs are good for scaling and rapid growth. Entrepreneurs in Chennai need to understand these differences. They must choose investors who align with their stage and vision. The wrong investor can be detrimental. The right investor can be a powerful catalyst. They help the startup navigate the journey from an idea to a sustainable, scalable business by supporting iterative learning. Section 9. Sustaining momentum. The importance of a continuously supportive ecosystem. A supportive ecosystem is fundamental to entrepreneurial success. It is not a static entity. It must constantly evolve and adapt. The needs of startups change. The market landscape shifts. Technology advances. Therefore, the ecosystem must be dynamic. It needs to foster a culture of continuous improvement. This mirrors the lean startup approach. The ecosystem itself should apply the build, measure, learn cycle. It should identify what works. It must then amplify those elements. It should also address weaknesses and gaps proactively. For Chennai, this means ongoing commitment. All stakeholders must play their part. Government needs to maintain supportive policies. Educational institutions must continue to foster innovation. Investors need to be willing to take calculated risks. Established industries should engage with startups. Mentors need to share their expertise generously. Entrepreneurs themselves must contribute back to the community. This creates a virtuous cycle. Success stories inspire new entrepreneurs. Experienced founders become mentors and investors. This strengthens the entire system over time. The ultimate goal is to make Chennai a place where new ideas can thrive. It should be a place where entrepreneurs feel supported. They should have access to the resources they need. This includes capital, talent, and knowledge. It means a culture that embraces experimentation. It accepts that not all ventures will succeed, but every attempt provides valuable learning. This learning benefits the individual entrepreneur. It also enriches the broader ecosystem. This collective knowledge helps future startups avoid common pitfalls and accelerate their path to validated learning. Unlocking Chennai's full entrepreneurial potential requires this holistic approach. It is about building more than just isolated successes. It is about creating a resilient and vibrant environment, an environment where innovation is continuous, where collaboration is natural, and where entrepreneurs have the best possible chance to build impactful, sustainable businesses. The journey of a startup is challenging. A strong, supportive ecosystem does not remove all challenges, but it provides the framework and resources to navigate them effectively, turning bold ideas into reality through iterative progress.